Hi, I'm State Representative Deb Andraca, and welcome to Wisconsin State Capitol. Before I was elected, I was an elementary school teacher, and one of the things I was looking forward to the most was welcoming school trips to the state capitol. But unfortunately, with COVID, we can't do that. So I thought I would bring the capitol to you. So welcome to your state capitol. Come on, let's go on inside. Welcome inside the Wisconsin State Capitol, one of the most beautiful buildings you could possibly work in. We are standing inside the rotunda, which is on the first floor of the Capitol. The rotunda is like the center of an X, with 4 different branches heading off in all directions. It's easy to get lost, but fortunately, the directions, which way you're heading, are written on many of the lights. If you look straight up, you are looking at one of the biggest domes by volume in the world. From the ground floor to the top of the Capitol dome, the Capitol is 284.4 feet high. During the winter, the rotunda holds the Wisconsin State Capitol tree. Because the tree is usually about 40 feet tall, it's decorated with 2,400 lights and 1,400 ornaments, many of which are made by students just like you. Inside the Wisconsin State Capitol, there's more than 30,000 light bulbs. It is an amazing building, and I cannot wait to show you around. This badger keeps watch outside of the governor's conference room on the second floor of the Capitol. Do you know why we're called the Badger State? When the state was created, miners rushed here because they were looking for a metal called lead. They wanted to strike it rich, so they would dig holes in the ground trying to find the metal. If they found the metal or not, sometimes they would end up living in the holes that they dug. And people thought that that reminded them of a badger animal that also lived in holes in the ground. So we became the Badger State. This badger once sat on the USS Wisconsin battleship, which sailed around the world in the early 1900s. When the ship was leaving port, sailors would rub its nose for good luck. And that's why, even to this day, his nose is really shiny. When you come to the Capitol, you can get a little good luck from the badger too. Now we're in the chamber of the Wisconsin Supreme Court, which is the highest court in the state of Wisconsin. 7 justices serve on the Supreme Court. Right now we have 6 women justices and 1 man. Each is elected to a 10-year term, the longest term of any elected position in the state. There are no jury or witnesses in the Supreme Court because it's an appeals court. That means the justices interpret the laws passed by the legislative branches and the governor. Cases start in the lower courts and then are appealed to the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court gets to choose which cases it wants to hear, and they often choose the ones with the most legal importance. The painting behind me and above the justices' seats is of the signing of the United States Constitution. You probably recognize a couple of familiar faces. Behind the desk is George Washington, and the man with the coat over his arm over there is James Madison. And yes, the city of Madison was named after him. Now we're standing on the floor of the Wisconsin State Senate. The legislature is made up of 2 houses, the Senate and the Assembly, where I work. We'll go to the Assembly next. Here in the Senate, there are 33 senators. They meet in this room to talk about and vote on bills. In order to become law, a bill has to pass both the Senate and the Assembly. Then the governor can choose to either sign or veto the bill. All of the desks in this room are original, and as you can see, it is really just a beautiful place to work. And someday when you can come to the Capitol, you can go up to the gallery, which are those seats right up there. Anytime you like, and anytime the legislature is in session, you can come watch your elected representatives at work. This is the Assembly chamber where I work. There are 99 total representatives in the Assembly, and each of us is elected to a 2-year term. We meet in this room, just like the Senate does, to debate and to vote on bills. Now those 2 boards up there, those are used for voting. Each of us has buttons on our desk that turn red or green, depending on which way we vote. Wisconsin actually had the first electric voting machine in the world, which was built in this chamber in 1917. Now, do you see that eagle up there on the ledge? His name is Old Abe, named after President Abraham Lincoln. The real Old Abe was a mascot for a regiment of soldiers from Eau Claire during the Civil War. After the war, Old Abe came back to Wisconsin, and he actually lived in the basement of the Capitol for a while. Old Abe is now a mascot and a symbol of the United States during the Civil War, so we honor him by placing him up there to this day. If you look in the painting behind me, you can also find a hidden badger. So the next time you come, see if you can find it. Now we're in the North Hearing Room. The legislature uses this room for committee hearings. That's where smaller groups of legislators get together to talk about specific topics. Sometimes we might be talking about schools, sometimes we might be talking about health. If you're in the Capitol, you can come watch any of these committee hearings, or you can also watch them online on Wisconsin Eye. Now, you might notice that this room looks a little different from the Assembly or the Senate. It is made of yellow stone, and it is one of the most colorful in the entire Capitol. And did you know that you can find fossils all over the state Capitol? Right behind me in this wall, you can find an ammonite fossil. In fact, there are so many fossils hidden in the walls and in the floors and in the stairs all over the Capitol. Next time you're here, you can take a tour, see if you can find them all. If you're lucky, when you visit the Capitol, you can even come up to the observation deck. We're actually on the outside of part of the dome, and you get a beautiful view. You can walk all the way around. You can see both lakes in Madison. We hope to see you soon, and hopefully you can come up here too. Before we wrap up our tour here today, I want to introduce you to another former teacher who misses having students around the Capitol just as much as I do. I'd like to introduce you to our governor, Tony Evers.
Hi there, fourth graders. Governor Tony Evers here. I am thrilled to be able to help Representative Andraca welcome you to the Wisconsin State Capitol today. While I wish we could meet in person, I am glad you're able to experience our state capitol virtually. The state capitol building is an important place because it is where our state government gets to work to help Wisconsinites. Every day, our state legislators like Representative Andraca come to this building from all across Wisconsin to hear from Wisconsinites in public hearings, also learn about important issues and create and pass bills to help our state succeed. It's also where I work as the 46th governor of the state of Wisconsin. It's a special place where elected officials come together to listen to constituents, problem solve, and get good work done. From having good schools and safe roads to staying healthy during a pandemic, government impacts everyone's life. And no matter your age, your voice and your involvement matters. Young people are leading the way on so many important issues, so I hope your virtual tour today inspires you to get involved. Whether it's volunteering to make your school or neighborhood a better place, talking to your friends and family about issues you care about, or someday going to vote or running for office. Maybe someday you'll even work in the Capitol or be the governor. So I hope you find inspiration and learning something new on your virtual tour today. And I hope I'll be able to see you all someday soon. Thank you.
Now we're back here in my office, and it's the end of our tour. I really hope you can have an opportunity to come to the state capitol, and if you do, make sure you stop by and say hello. It's been a really challenging year for all of us, whether you're in the Capitol or whether you're in school. So I'm really looking forward to getting back to the way things used to be, and I cannot wait to see you again around our state capitol. I am Representative Deb Andraca, and please contact our office if you ever have any questions or if we can ever be of help to you or your family. Thanks.